Hello and welcome to chair yoga. Scoot yourself to the edge of your seat where you're on the edge but you still feel well supported with your hips. Take your knees about hip distance apart and line up your ankles underneath your knees. And then use an inhale to lift tall, roll your shoulders onto your back and let your hands rest on your legs, in your lap, or on your armrests. From here, allow your eyes to close. We're going to start with some letting go breath. Inhale in through the nose. And on your exhale, you're sighing out of an open mouth. Keep going this way, in through the nose. Exhale and sigh. Nice long inhales and slow exhales. Imagine that you're fogging a mirror. Let's take one more letting go breath. And then return to your natural rhythm of breath in and out of the nose. Start to ground into your space by noticing where your feet connect with the floor and where your hips connect with your chair. Feel the weight of your body on the earth. And notice that connection to the ground. Start to draw your hands together at heart center in Anjali Mudra. Press your palms into one another and let your fingertips connect. Bring your wrists more in line with your elbows and then press your thumbs in towards your heart space. Take a big breath and lift tall through the top of your head, and on your exhale, bow your head towards your hands. Take a big breath here. Softly open your eyes and bring your head back into the back plane of your body. With your hands in Anjali Mudra, you're going to start to rotate your fingers away from you and then bring them back towards your heart. Keep pressing your hands into one another as you rotate your wrists, warming up our forearms here. And then with your fingers up towards the ceiling, you're going to turn your hands around so the back of the hands are touching now. From there, start to rotate the wrists so you're fanning your fingers towards you and away from you. Bring your hands back together in Anjali Mudra, and then you're going to pulse your wrists down towards the ground and up towards the sky. You decide how far you go. Listen to your body and just notice how that feels. And then give your wrists a shake. Release your hands back down, shoulders on your back. Start to take a nod of your head. So you're stretching your throat as you look up, getting a nice stretch through the back of the neck as you look down. Keep your shoulders on your back so you've got plenty of space for the head and the neck. Still reaching long through the back of the neck even as you look up. And then bring your head back into center. Take a shake of your head now. Keep your shoulders on your back as you look to the left and the right. And just notice how far you can look behind yourself on each side. What is that range of motion for you today? And then with your head back in center, take your gaze up towards the sky. You're going to draw your chin down to your right shoulder and then draw a big half circle up towards the ceiling and over to your left shoulder. Take these half circles with your chin a few times, reaching long through the neck. Good. Then bring your head back into center. Tuck your chin down towards your chest and bring your hands to the tops of your legs, right at your hip creases. Take a shake of your head no down towards the ground. And notice how far you can bring your chin up on the left and the right. Explore that range of motion. Bring your head back into center. Take your hands to clasp and reach your hands out in front of you. Tuck your chin down towards your chest and start to curl through the top of the spine. Let your pelvis start to tilt back and continue to reach your hands forward. Take a big breath into that space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, come back up to your tall spine. You're going to open your hands to gratitude. So shoulders on your back, elbows bent in at your sides, palms facing up towards the ceiling, and then you're reaching your thumbs towards the wall behind you. So you're opening up through the heart space. Take a big breath. Good. Bring your hands back to clasp. Reach them out in front of you. Tuck your chin down and start to curl through the spine as you reach your hands forward. Take a little shake of your head no down towards the ground. Head back in center. Inhale, come to your tall spine. Open to gratitude. Good. Exhale, hands to clasp. Reach your hands forward. Take your hands a little to the left and a little to the right. So you're getting into your back now, stretching your lat muscles. Taking your hands to each side one more time. Then back at center, inhale, open to gratitude. Good. Exhale your hands down by your sides. Inhale, take arms wide up towards the sky. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Inhale and reach. Exhale, hands directly out from your shoulders. With your palms facing down towards the ground, you're going to do little circles with your hands. Try to keep your circles small. Use your core to stay tall through your spine. Your back muscles to support your arms at your sides. Good. Let your palms come forward and then take little circles backwards with your hands. As you start to get tired, your circles will get bigger, so keep them small. Good. And then stop, rotate palms up towards the ceiling, little circles with your hands. Back, down, forward and up. Good. Then go ahead and release your hands at your sides. Give your shoulders a shake. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale and reach. Exhale, hands out at your sides. Palms face forward. Open up up through your heart space. On your exhale, you're going to take right hand over left. You can either bring opposite hand to shoulder, or you can bring the backs of the arms to touch, or wrap them all the way around so your palms come together. Whichever variation of eagle arms feels the best for you, you can choose. Re-engage your shoulders onto your back and lift your elbows in front of your heart space. And then from here, you're doing little pulses up towards the ceiling and down towards the floor. Pulse your elbows and take some big breath. Good. On your next inhale, open arms wide, open up through the heart space. Exhale, this time left hand comes over right. You might take a different variation of your eagle arms on this other side. Re-engage your shoulders onto your back and then pulse your elbows up and down. Take one more big breath. Good. Then arms wide at your side. Exhale, release your hands down. From here, take a hold of the left side of your chair, either the seat or the leg. Roll your shoulders onto your back. Let your right hand hang down at your side. Drop right ear to right shoulder, and then lean to the right as far as you can. Take a big breath. Inhale, come back to center. Take a hold of the right side of the chair. Roll your shoulders back and drop left ear to left shoulder. Lean to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Take your knees a little bit wider than your hips. Hands to your knees. And then on your inhale, let your pelvis tilt forward, belly come forward. Take your gaze up towards the sky. On your exhale, let your pelvis tilt back, curl through your spine, take your gaze down towards the floor. Inhale to come forward into a cow-like pose. And exhale to stretch back into your cat-like pose. Use your hands at your knees to support you. Good. The next time that you let your heart space come forward, from here you're going to let your ribs move to the left as your head goes to the right. As you exhale, you're stretching back into that cat-like pose. And then inhale as your ribs come to the right, head comes to the left, coming back to the cow-like pose. Let's take one more barrel roll in this direction, initiating the movement with your rib cage and allowing the rest of your spine to follow. As you come forward, switch the direction of your barrel rolls. Move slowly so you can really feel how your spine is moving, how your shoulders and your hips support that movement. Good. And then as you come forward, come back to your neutral spine. Bring your feet back in, hip distance apart, right underneath your knees, and then lift up tall. You can take your hands to the sides of your chair, and you're going to engage your core. On your inhale, lift your knee as high as you can, and it doesn't have to be high. Exhale, lower down to the floor. Inhale, lift your left knee. Exhale and lower. Keep going with your breath. Now it really doesn't matter about how high you lift your knee. Even if you're just engaging the muscles of your leg and imagining what it felt like to lift your knee, that would be just as good. Good, we're going to do one more on each side. From here, you're going to inhale, lift your right knee. Exhale, reach through your heel out in front of you. Inhale, come back. And then exhale, lower your foot to the floor. We're going to do our other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach your heel. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, lower. Keep moving with your breath. And again, it doesn't matter how high you have your heel off the floor. We're going to do one more on each side. Try to stay tall through the spine. Use the muscles of your core and your back to keep you lifted. Good. From here, you're going to draw that right knee in towards your chest. Bring it as close to your heart as it feels comfortable. You can always hold on to your pants or use a strap here instead. Flex your foot and point your toes. Flex your foot and spread your toes. And then roll your ankle in one direction and the other. Good. Go ahead and bring that foot back to the ground. Lift your left knee in towards your heart space as close as it feels comfortable. Flex your foot and point your toes. Flex your foot and spread your toes. Roll your ankle in one direction and then the other. Bring that footprint back to the ground. Lift up tall through your spine. You're going to draw that right knee in towards your heart space. You can take your left hand to your hip and then open your knee out to the side. Good. On your exhale, come back to center. Inhale and open. Exhale and close. One more time. Good. And then bring that foot to the floor. Lift up tall. Draw left knee to your left hand, right hand at your hip. Open your knee to the side. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale and exhale. Good. Last time. Back to center. And then release that foot to the floor. You're going to reach your right foot out in front of you, heel resting on the ground. And then flex your foot and leave a little bend in your knee. You can take your hands to your hips or maybe to the sides of your chair. And on your inhale, you're going to lift your heel as high as you can. Exhale to lower. Good. Keep going with your breath. As you move through your leg, try to stay tall through the spine. Notice that tendency for your pelvis to sort of tuck. So if that's happening, maybe not lift your heel as high. Once again, it doesn't matter about how high you get it off the floor. One more big breath. Good. And then with your heel on the ground, you're going to take the heel of your palm and rub from your hip down to your knee, down the middle of your quad, the outside edges on both sides. And then take your knuckles, and you're going to take your knuckles on the outside edge of your leg from your hip to your knee. Massaging your IT band just a little. Bring that foot back to the floor right underneath your knee and reach your left heel out in front of you. Flex your foot and leave a little bend in the knee. Hands at your chair or your hips. Inhale, lift your left foot. Exhale and lower. Keep going with your breath. Let your shoulders be relaxed down and away from your ears. One more. And then with your heel on the floor, take the heel of your palm and rub from the top of the hip down to the knee. Take your knuckles and rub on the outside edge of the leg. And then from here, you're going to reach both feet out in front of you. Let your footprints come to the floor. I'll turn sideways so you can see. So both footprints are on the floor, but you've got a little bend in the knees. Lift up tall through your spine, and you can use your hands at your chair or walk your hands down your legs as you hinge forward and fold over your legs. You decide how far you're going to fold, and if it would feel good, you can curl through the top of the spine, let your head hang. On your next inhale, lengthen through your spine first, and then walk your hands up your legs. Bring your feet back to the floor underneath your knees. And then from here, you're going to take right hand up towards the sky, bend your elbow and bring your hand to the back of your head, your neck, or your shoulder. Left hand comes to your elbow, and you're just drawing your elbow a little bit closer to your head. Open up through the right armpit and take a big breath. Good. Let your arms come down by your sides. Left arm goes up. Bend your elbow. Right hand comes to that elbow. And you're lifting it towards the sky. Open up through the armpit. Take a big breath. Good. Release both hands down by your sides. Let's scoot all the way back into the back of your chair. Let's bring our hands together at our hearts and allow your eyes to close. Bring your focus back to your breath. I'd like to thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you have a very peaceful rest of your day. Namaste.